We're here with the guys.
Yes, it has been. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Yeah, let's sit on the side.
Again, dressing your defensive. Please try to clean up your area before before you leave, bump us out a little bit so we can all get out here at the same time. There's a lot of accessibles around the area. Please stand up the bleachers as you leave from your areas. We got a few matches left, and it'll take o'clock, so we're doing pretty well on our time. Please help us out if you could. Thank you. Weigh-ins at 7:30. Women weigh-ins at noon. We'll have two tournaments going at the same time tomorrow. So welcome back to the Ironman in your room.
We're 90, so there's 3 weight classes left. So we're going to need. So if we're not part of that 3, we wait to go on to the next 3, we go down.
If someone's missing their purse, we got a cake stay with us first. And the head table in the every area. If you lost it, please head up front.
Action underway, 190 pounds. It's Jimmy Masney in the camo singlet. Masney from Marion Central in Illinois. He's taking on Michael White from Lawrence North in Indiana. So an Illinois-Indiana battle. Another ranked matchup, as you've come to expect here in these Ironman semifinals. Masney currently ranked number 3. White, number 9. Two-on-one for Masney, taking ground towards the edge. Masney continues to advance in this two-on-one position. He's really tough. Shot, Masney drops in on a single leg, trying to come around for the finish. Plenty of time to work, just under a minute. Michael White fighting the hands, and Masney trying to advance up the leg. Masney looking for the limp arm, and now Michael White pressuring in. White looking for a cradle. Michael White going to get the takedown with the cradle. Still has it locked. Definitely wants to keep this lock and put Masney on his back. White trying to take it back the hard way. Masney's strong there, 18 to go. Now White takes it back, and he's close to the fall. 3 near fall for Michael White, so a 6-point lead for number 9, Michael White, over number 3, Jimmy Masney. And 190 pounds is going to be an absolute chaos in the rankings next week. I believe Adam Waters, number 1 Waters, just got upset over on mat number 3. And number 3 in jeopardy, but Jimmy Masney still with 2 periods to reverse this probable outcome. 6-0 for White, and we're going neutral. He's going neutral in this second period. Masney's had a really nice fall. Super 32 champ. Already beat Aaron Stewart, number 4 Aaron Stewart, earlier in this season. But now with his back against the wall against Michael White. Little Masney continuing to stalk and move forward. He was in deep on an attack. Just wasn't able to finish. These guys, potential future Big 12 opponents as well. Jimmy Masney committed to Iowa State, and Michael White looking for a double leg. Whizzer seatbelt position here. Masney with the whizzer. Michael White going to try to pull up on this foot. Mentioned Masney committed to Iowa State. Michael White committed to Oklahoma State. Flipped his commitment, was originally committed to Minnesota, and now decided he's wanted to be a Cowboy in Stillwater. Shot, Masney to the single leg. 30 seconds to go, and there's potentially dangerous call. Masney and his corner don't like it. Hard tie there from White. Another shot at the end of the period for White. They're going to head to the third. Masney going to go bottom. he would need an escape and a couple takedowns to tie this match. White pressuring forward on top. Masny going to cut loose. 6-1, the lead now for White. White got a finger to the eye. He's going to blink that out. All right, they're ready to go. 90 seconds to go. Masny needs a couple takedowns. Hard collar tie there from White. Mixing up his collar ties on the left and right side, and now pressuring forward. White to a shot. Goes double to single, now head outside. And Masny gets around behind, and no takedown. Masny thought he had the takedown, so he tried to cut him loose. They never awarded it. Still 6-1. Just a little more patience there for Masny. Might have helped, and there's a stalemate. The officials are going to review the call, and they're going to keep the call the way it was and say no takedown. And now Masny's coach going to have a conversation. .42 seconds to go. Masny may be thinking about feet to back. White can stall. He's got a big lead here. He's in on a shot. White holding on, down underneath. Masny trying to break this lock. Masny now pressuring in, maybe looking for a cradle of his own. He's got it locked. White trying to stay strong here, fight the cradle. Masny gets the cradle locked. Just a 1 count. 6-4. And they're going 2 near fall. That's overtime. 6-6 is overtime. That is crazy. Both guys with cradles in this match force it to overtime, and that cradle for Masny came at the last possible second. Shot, White. Masny has him extended. White trying to drive through. White trips, finishes. Overtime takedown for Michael White. He's fired up. That's a big-time takedown for Michael White in overtime. He led the entire match. Masny had the momentum coming into the sudden victory period, but it's Michael White getting the victory.
And here we go. 190-pound final here, the 2025 Ironman. Got CJ Betts of Del Barton in the green and white singlet, green ankle band. Taking on Michael White out of Lawrence North in the black, red, and green singlet, red ankle band. Man, 190 pounds is Michael White. Takes a nice freight train double. Del Barton coach wants it to stop. Looks like Betts might have taken that to the face there off the double leg. You see White kind of scratch his brow there. I think he ate that one in the face as well. Sometimes you'll have that off those level change double legs. Guys react, kind of down block. When you fire there, you're going to get a little head collision. Hoping Betts is okay here. He's going to clean up the blood now as we go on blood time. But as I was saying, man, this is a really, really deep weight class this weekend. Betts number 5 in the country. Took out number 1 Adam Waters of Faith Christian Academy in the semifinals. To get here, won that match 4-2. That's a 5 seed coming into this weekend as well. Had to take out Lucas Ricketts, number 8 guy in the country, in the quarters. Well, Michael White, the 6th seed at this weight, took out Aaron Stewart, number 4 at 190 pounds. Then in the semifinals, he defeated number 3 Jimmy Masney, 9-6 in sudden victory. These guys have went through a freaking war to get to these finals. You know, neither one of them is going to give it up easy, but White's able to strike first off that double leg.
To the right on the side of the standards, please. You need to move over to the standards so the media people behind you can see. Please.
All right, we cut the blood time now. We're going to come back to action here.
What's the time on the takedown?
128. So
128.
So it'd be like
32 seconds.
And they let it ride a couple seconds, so go like 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Was that 30 seconds into the match? 128 into the match. Or maybe.
She was 125.
Okay.
It's the other way.
Yes, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So 125 should be the time.
You're right. Yep, that's fair. Yeah, it was early.
And then blood type is off. Something's happening with the doctor. We need the tank guy. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got it all sorted out, I think, folks. Had a little bit of clock issues. But 125 to go in the first period. White takes an early 3-0 lead. Betts able to kick away, though, for the escape. Cuts it to 3-1. This will be a third weight in a row. This will likely be for the number 1 spot in the country. As Betts was able to take out Adam Waters in that semifinal, as I mentioned. Betts, a senior for Del Barton, number 5. He's headed to Penn University next year. While White, also a senior, headed to Oklahoma State, joining the Cowboys. They have a lot of momentum right now. They're going to get hit for a penalty point here on Michael White. They're saying getting a little too handsy didn't really seem like anything too outlandish for me. Normally you see a warning there, but I guess officials not playing around. That's going to cut it to 3-2 now. 30 seconds to go in the first period. You saw the speed on display there as White gets back in on a double leg. Betts chest lock, trying to circle himself towards the edge, able to kick it out of bounds. And there's a stall warning on Betts. And if you're a Betts fan, you'll take that. That was very wise by Betts. You'd rather take the stall call than give up another takedown late in the period. You saw he was able to kind of stay heavy, keep his feet on the mat, and he kind of walked himself to the line before getting that shot, chest lock, and rolled it through. A little bit of a wise move. Now White back in on the leg. Short time to go in the period as Betts passes the leg. And that'll do it for the first period. After all that, just a 3-2 lead for Michael White. But man, he had several clean attacks. He's looking really strong on his feet. And it's White's choice to start the second period. He's going to go down. Betts getting to work on top. White up to his feet, controls hands. He's going to cut away for the escape, make it 4-2. White circles back center, gives Betts a nice club. Man, White is quick, man. See him throwing these fakes, getting Betts to bite on him. You know, shots following one of these. If he continues to get Betts to bite on these. Now he goes low single on that left ankle. Switch cradle position here for Betts. White getting his knees under him, staying under that leg now. Betts switching to crotch lock. Turning up, coming up towards the head now, turning towards that right foot. He's got to get pressure on that foot if you're White. Betts trying to keep that leg extended. White fighting the hands, trying to get weight down on that foot. Now he's got to try to bring that heel back towards him. Betts doing a nice job though. Able to get it up off the mat and comes back into him. Now White's in on a single leg. Switches the head outside. We're going to get stalemated. Great defense there by Betts as he looked really compromised position there momentarily. We're going to go back on blood time for Betts. Man, White's leg attacks have really impressed me so far in this match. Betts showing off a lot of stingy defense when he's able to, but on these explosive double legs, man, you're playing a hard game of trying to fight those off. Sometimes there's just no room for defense. Betts really White keeping Betts at bay with all these level change jab steps. Betts really hasn't been able to get his hands on White. Down to 35 to go in a second, and another level change double leg by by White. He also picked up a second stall warning in that exchange. That's going to make it 8-2. Yeah, just like that, 8-2 for White. Man, that's what I'm saying. You don't really have much of an opportunity to defend with these double legs. It reminds me a little bit of Jordan Burroughs. As White fires off another attack, it was Betts looking to counter score on the re-attack. Down to 10 to go in the second period. Working these snaps now is White. Another double leg late in the period by White and just runs out of time. Betts' choice to start the third. Looking at his corner, they're going to put him down. See how committed to the ride White is here. Official reminding Betts he does have those 2 stall warnings. White showing optional start to start the third period. He's going to push Betts away. That's going to make it 8-4. And White's feeling it on his feet, man. Just wants to stay on the offense, keep his foot on the pedal. See him continuing to throw these jab steps. Getting Betts to bite. Now goes ankle pick on the other side. Man, White is looking impressive. That's going to make it 11-4 early in this third period. Went jab step, then ankle pick to that left ankle of Betts, and Betts able to cut away now 11-5. White meeting him there on the edge, circling, keeping him on the line. Shot by Betts, re-attack White, in on the single leg. Shin whizzer, shallow right now by Betts. White bringing it up to his feet, trying to get that knee turned towards the ceiling. Now diving for that right ankle. He's got a hand on it. Betts fighting the hands now, gonna look to kick, but White able to drag the toe, and he's gonna pick up another takedown. It's gonna make it 14-5. You go back on more blood time for Betts here. White's coaches are feeling good too, man. They told him to cut him again. You gotta love it. They can recognize. You can always recognize when your guy's like feeling it and like he's kind of in that zone. Really no concern in bringing it back up on his feet. And it looks like White's gonna try to keep pushing this score up. So we're gonna get this blood cleaned up for Betts. Keep in mind of just the field that Betts had to go through to get here as well.
57 seconds.
I mentioned he just in his last match he beat the #1 guy in the country, and in the quarterfinals he beat the #8 guy in the country, and White's put on a performance like this. Incredibly impressive. Back to action, 55 to go in the third. Spiral ride by White. He follows Betts as Betts looks to kick away. Betts pops back up to his feet, fights hands, now switches back into him. White able to kick his ankle free. It's going to make it 14-6 with 40 seconds to go. $15 to go here. Let's see if Betts tries to throw the kitchen sink here or not. White just kind of evading, showing off that speed once again. Short time to go here. White just bouncing in the middle, and that's going to do it. It's a 14-6 major decision for Micheal White of Lawrence North.